Folks, welcome to another Street Camp Gino. I'm going to be doing a year in review of my award picks here as I'm watching AEW live. Um, this is going to be a combination of both. Like I said, I don't really hate AEW, but a lot of AEW doesn't really stick out to me as much as where AEW would as well. But that being said, there's going to be some from both companies here. I'm going to be picking who's the best of what, in my personal opinion, such as match of the year, breakout star of the year, wrestler of the year, and feud of the year, so on and so forth. Moment of the year, that type of thing. Um, it's pretty interesting for wrestling. We can say that, right? We had the sadness of the or if you're my age generation, sadness of the Hulk Hogan passing. Even though Hulk Hogan turned out to be not such a good human being, but if you're in my age group and a little bit older, Hulk Hogan was the man back then for you. He was your hero. He was a guy that you believed in because he made things cool. He made things believable with what he said. A little bit cheesy as you grew up later on. But when you were a kid, like, okay, this guy's awesome. I love this dude, right? Sadly, you find out the real person Terrible Layer is really like, and not so good. We're gonna leave that where it is. We're gonna leave it as a one final time as a tribute to Hulk Hogan, not a tribute to Hulk Hogan, but as a respect to Hulk Hogan. Thank you for making my childhood memorable and cool and fun as a performer, and we're gonna leave it there. As a performer, you will be missed. That being said, let's get right into it. We're gonna go with breakout star of the year, from my personal opinion. First we're gonna go women's, and then we're gonna go men's. Kind of a no shocker here for me. This is a person I've been saying was going to be a star and will be a star, and in the near future, she wants to stay with it. Unless she goes and pursues like a Hollywood career or something, because I could see that happening as well, because this girl's absolutely beautiful. And you can tell as more and more she gets more comfortable, the more and more her personality and her charisma comes out. The current Evolve champion, winner of the Iron Survivor, her very first ever PLE. Um, right now entangled in a feud with Talk. What else? Fatal Influence. That being Kendall Gray, this girl just has it all. If you want to put mixed Kurt Angle, wrestling ability, and charisma, as well as some like I don't know if you want to say coolness, but like cockiness or believability of like a Scott Hall to it, I guess you can say in a way. And just a genuine persona that chick's a badass chick who can pretty much kick almost all the girls' asses on the roster because she has that amateur wrestling background. And just genuine likability and legitimate pure meat baby face. Um, For me, that's exactly everything there is to do with this. And like I've said for a while, I've told anyone listening to my podcast, as well as people that I'm friends with in wrestling, this remember the name Kendall Gray. This chick is gonna be a star. And not only that, she's brought people along for the ride with her. Like Ren Sinclair's been in the background type of character, and just like here and there, just that jobber girl. Then that girl had like these little funny moments every now and then. She's got her ass kicked. Ever since she's been aligned with Kendall, she's kind of become more important in the show and actually focused a lot more. So there's that part. That's the fact that it also makes Kendall kind of cool. And she has a friend on Evolve called Carly Bright, who's become a little bit more popular since then. And like I said, just this girl has that. In my personal opinion, she has that it factor. She's got that believability as a genuine ass kicker in the ring. She is absolutely stunningly beautiful. The crowd absolutely loves her. She's a very cool moveset, a moveset many girls don't have. And she doesn't move like many girls in wrestling do. And like I said, I think it's be rocket ship to the moon, and I think this girl's gonna headline WrestleMania one day in the near future. That being said, did it call change? That at this moment coming forward, I'm telling you, this chick is gonna be an absolute breakout star, and watch out for her in 2026. And I can see her being on the main roster as early as the middle of 2026 or late 26, or maybe even 2027. But she will be on the main roster in the very, very near future. As a matter of fact, she has an NXT title match January 6th, I believe it is, New Year's Evil. I would not be surprised if she wins the NXT title because there's a point where JC Jane has to go up to the main roster, and I think she might be the girl that gets her to do that. Um, Male breakout star, I don't know if there's per se been one. There's been a few who have been there and done that and have been incredible, and they've just climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed. And there's been one of three different companies. From NXT, WWE, whatever you want to say, it's Javon Evans. That guy, the future's the limit for him. He's got the charismatic. He can fly. He is charismatic as fuck. He's likable. He's friendly. He's got that little goofiness about him, but also that like ass kicker ability and athleticism. I have not seen very many like. Um, Sometimes his promos are a little bit cringy, but the dude is just very cool, and I think he is that level where he can be an absolute star. He at one point maybe one of the people they put like Rocket too. I picked over last year as a breakout star. This year it's Javon Evans is one of three that I'm thinking of. The other one would be his friend, tag team partner, and a man from NXT or not NXT, sorry, TNA, who I see in the near future being in NXT. Leon Slater from NXT, who are from TNA, who is the current X Division champion. This dude is athleticism personified. He very charismatic, very likable, very friendly. He's got that like aura baby face about him. I guess in the near future, maybe there might be a feud between Javon and Adam Leon because they kind of teased it this week on NXT. Um, and also there is a man, actually two men. Sorry, yeah, tag team. I would say they've been breakout stars for me in AEW, and that is Jet Speed Mike Bailey and his tag team partner, whose name I cannot remember right now. Unfortunately, sorry guys, forgive me for that. But both these dudes have been absolutely incredible. Give me one second, let me look it up. But both these dudes have been absolutely incredible, fun to watch, put on amazing matches, and then AEW. As a matter of fact, Mike Bailey might be mentioned one more time in the show. But give me one second. Let me just look it up here, guys. Sorry. As Toddy's about to make an appearance here, guys. There you go. There's Toddy. Hey, Tots. Who do you think's the breakout star of the year? Oh yeah, that's who you think it is. Mm. Sorry, guys. This is bugging me now because I need to know. Kevin Knight, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight have been absolute, in my opinion, the breakout stars of AEW throughout the year. Um, that's my personal opinion. Also, I'd like to add one more person to this list who's been a breakout star who a lot of people do not know about, and it's gonna be women. Sorry, going back to women's division. Um, Staying away from TNA because to be honest, I don't think anyone in TNA is really broken out as a star. Maybe Danny Luna. But we'll wait again and see for another year for Danny Luna. But I think Tekla over in TNA is going to be the woman that's going to carry that division in the future. Sorry, AEW. This girl is very good heel. She got charismatic. Fuck, she's not like many. She does not move like going back to the grave. She doesn't move like many girls. She's got a little bit of a psycho-ness about her. Um, yeah. So they, like I said, not being biased, I just have to think for a second after I was watching, and yeah, I think Tekla is going to be a breakout star in 2026. Mark my words on that. And she's also brought along Julia Hart and Guy Blue. She's brought out more personality in both of them. They're the sisters that's in tag team. Hey, Tots, you're okay. All right, guys. Want to go in for this is my personal opinion. Everyone's kind of had a this one's hard to say because I was so looking forward to this. And I think Toddy may agree with me on this one. I think the single biggest fail of the entire year for me personally was John Cena's heel run. It just didn't work. And it killed for 6 months of his hey, look at that MGS back. Sorry guys, as I react live. It just didn't work. I think it killed the entire first 6 months of his final run, his retirement career. It was it just didn't connect. Ever since he turned and sold his soul to The Rock, there's never really any explanation for why he did it other than he blamed that he was in a love hate relationship with the fans. The Rock and Travis Scott were never really seen again. The Rock, especially, there's not even a mention of The Rock in his speech for why he did what he did. Travis Scott, like, there's no explanation for why he was there. There's supposed to be a tag team match, didn't happen. Travis Scott bailed. Um, it just, yeah, it didn't work. I guess you could say that. Yeah. So there's, I can't think of a fail from any other company. Yeah, just for me, the biggest fail of the year was that John Cena heel turn. I was so looking forward to it. I was pumped. You saw my reaction when he kicked Cody in the nuts. He had a couple cool title matches, but it just John Cena wrestling as a heel and John Cena just being a heel in general just didn't connect personally. Well, it looks like we're in a four-way for the for the AEW title. Sorry, guys, for watching live. Um, yeah, it didn't work. Let's go with tag team of the year next. For me, hmm, I don't think anyone's tag team division really worked, but I think the most over tag team, and they're supposed to be heels, but they're not to be faces, the Hurt Business, going back to AEW. So that for me, that's going to make them the tag team of the year. Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. The only unfortunate thing with that is the fact that they have this feud that just did not want to end with the whatever the fuck they're called, the Gates of Agony with Ricochet. The I don't know, to be honest. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. The tag team of the year is Bandito, and Brody King. They just came together as a random tag team in a tournament. They ended up winning the tag team titles. Had a great story. Had a nice little run. Ended up losing the tag team titles to FTR. They haven't been seen or mentioned since on TNA or Impact. Sorry, not Impact. AEW, which AEW seems to do that from time to time. But for me, the tag team of the year is Brodito. Like I said, great little tag team, great little run. They had the imagination of fans. Every match they ran, the fans just bought into everything. They even had the great little spot where Bandito apparently dislocated his shoulder. They sold it as Bandito being an underdog the whole time, and it also made Brody King more relevant. This man, like I've said for a while, two friends of mine should be an absolute monster world champion killer. He isn't yet. We'll see what happens in 2026. But Bandito and Brody King are the tag team of the year, aka Brodito. Um, let's go heel of the year. First, we're gonna go with women. For me personally, going back to NXT, JC Jane. Simple, plain, easy. She was the girl that beat Stephanie Vecchia. I think she's one of only two people in NXT actually beat Stephanie Vecchia. She shocked the world when she won the NXT title. She had a nice little title run, sorry, the first one, where everyone just thought she was beatable, easy, not a good champion. She raised the relevance of both Fallon Henley and at the time Jasmine Nix, who's no longer with WWE, now Lainey Reed. She carried two people with her. She carried a division. You could tell she had a nice little feud with certain people, including Jordan Grace. And everyone liked that. She's every single title match she had was entertaining. You wanted to see her lose. She did the job she was supposed to do, and then she lost the title to I can't think of her name now. Tatum. Tatum Paxley kind of elevated Tatum a little bit and made Tatum more likable than she already is. And then due down had a means and being heel, just recently won the title back again. And now is going to be facing Kendall Gray. Like I said, she's more than ready to be on the main roster. Um, Becky Lynch is another person I'd put as female heel of the year. But we'll talk about that better later on in a different category. But for me, JC Jane did the job for me personally. She's everything you want in a heel, and she did an amazing job of doing that heel and carrying the company as a heel and the developmental territory, as long as carrying along and bringing up the other characters with her to make them more likable and every single one of these women to kick her ass. Male heel for me of the year. There's going to be a few of them. Totally be wrong. There's a few of them. Um, but if I had to pick one, I'm going to have to go with the Proto Star down in AEW, Kyle Fletcher. It was building last year. I would have called him the breakout star of the year. There this year, I think there's not a wrestler on the planet that had more awesome year than Kyle Fletcher. Um, the dude just gets it. He's such a good heel. He's a good dick. He's part of the Don Callis family. He had amazing matches over and over again. Had a few where he cheat, had the family to help him, and then he was able to defend on his own a few times. Longest reigning TBS champion. Once again, going back to the JCJ thing, made everyone he wanted to face kick his ass. There's a few times when there's still people are very happy watching him lose. Just had an incredible match with Speedball Mike Bailey. We may or may not talk about that later on again. Um, just such a great job as a heel. That's all I'm gonna say. And This guy's a future. This kid's only 27 years old. Um, I can see nothing brilliant from this dude right here. Um, Babyface of the year for me personally, if we're gonna go with WWE right now, and only because it was his final year and everyone wanted to say goodbye to him, and he just got more and more likable with his promos and his speeches and the fact that holy shit, this guy did this and this and this, and he carried a company for 25 years, and like I've said repeatedly, he saved professional wrestling. For me, John Cena is the babyface of the year for the males, even though the heel run did not work at all, and that was wasted 6 months. The last 6 months was incredible, great storytelling. He was able to put over a few people. Finally got to the Grand Slam, beating Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title, and then jobbed it right back to him and put Dominic Mysterio even more heat on him. Put over Walter greatly, as me and Colin still debate this fact that John Cena shouldn't have tapped. I think he should have, and I think it would have made perfect sense. And even the fact he smiled with the smile on his face as he tapped out made it even more awesome. Um, like I said, and personally, because my dad just loved John Cena. For me, I personally think he's the baby face of the year. I'd also like to give a mention to AEW, to Mike Santana. That guy had, or sorry, not AEW, to not Mike Santana, sorry. AEW, I'd like to give him Jay Briscoe. The dude had a great feud. He had a cool group with him in the congregation. He had a great feud with heel of the year, Kyle Fletcher. He just wanted one thing. He kept trying to get it and get it and get it. And they were teasing he was never going to be beat. Kyle Fletcher did had means to beat him several times. Eventually, Mark Briscoe did beat Kyle Fletcher, and probably one of the better matches I've seen this year, and got his title. He's now the current TBS champion as we speak, and he's just a likable dude. He is as pure white meat babyface as there is, and yeah, there's that. And also, I'm gonna go with Mike Santana over in TNA because he fought and fought and fought to try and get the title back from Trick Williams to bring it back to TNA. He eventually did win it, and unfortunately, he was screwed over by NXT and lost his title more recently. But he's just a very likable character, and just the way he acts and carries himself. Um, Female babyface of the year for me, AEW. I'm gonna go with Chris Statlander. I think everything about Chris Statlander is likable. She's so extremely talented in the air. She had that almost year-long feud with Mercedes Moné, where she couldn't beat Mercedes Moné. Also, Mercedes Moné is going to be another female heel of the year for me. Sorry, guys, I forgot to mention that. Just Mercedes, she's not a likable person. She's an amazing character worker. Not a very good speaker on the microphone, but her character is just not a likable character. And she also elevated 13 different companies in the divisions by having 13 different belts. From a promotion that people never heard of before. Sorry, guys, I'm backtracking here a little bit. And she carries the aura of being Sasha Banks and being from WWE. So yeah, for me, Mercedes Moné is going to be female heel of the year in AEW. Female face of the year for me. It's Chris Statlander. I don't think anyone in wrestling in general, if any company had a better run as a face than Chris Statlander. She was always in these entangled battles where you thought she can turn, she doesn't turn. She looked like people were betraying her. They didn't betray her. It looked like she was about to betray people. She didn't betray people. Hey, that's Mike Bailey. Um, she had a great little feud with and Kevin Knight. She had a great little feud with Mercedes Moné, where Mercedes beat her twice for the TBS title. She eventually was able to win the women's world title from Tony Storm, who I can't really put Tony Storm in any category because I don't know if she's a face or heel. She's kind of in between. It's there. Um, has defended the belt a few times as we speak. Right now is entangled with a feud with Tekla, who is also one of my female heels of the year. Um, so yeah, she was able to just do all that and even more. If I'm gonna go babyface of the year for WWE, this one's tough. I don't know who I'd want to pick. I don't know actually, because I don't know if you can really pick called called Tiffy a heel or a face. Not she was a good champion, she had a nice little run, but I don't think I'd put her there. Um, yeah, look at that Marina Shafir. She's had a breakout year. She's gonna be a breakout star in 2026. Honorable mention to her. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Um, but if you want to look at a baby face of the year for WWE, this one might shock people. I'm gonna go with Maxine Dupree. She just came out of nowhere and she seemed like such an underdog. She was able to beat Becky Lynch for the title after she beat her 2 times previous to that via counter and disqualification. They were supposed to have a match. Becky hurt her, and then she went and trained. And she know what I also like about Maxine Dupree, and it's gonna make her even more of a babyface. What's gonna happen to her in 2026 when her trainer turns on her? Hey, look, Athena. Um, thank fuck, Athena's on TV, but she's actually bringing back Natalia, but she's not bringing her back as Natalia, which I love. It's low key Natty, the low key legend. Like I said, she beat Crash Out Becky. Um, and just Maxine is such a likable person. Speaking, she got a good year. I think personally, a really good year. And started off strong. Started off slow. She disappeared for a little bit. She came back, had a great little feud with Becky, and eventually won the belt. And makes people just really, really like Maxine Dupree. She's a likable person, you can tell. Um, mhm. Here goes that. For me, this is gonna be the biggest failure for any live PLE or pay per view, whatever you want to call it, of the year for me personally. When I first watched it, I kind of watched it back and thought I'd like it. I rethought about it. War Games was a complete failure to me. Just there was no build to it. It seems like they have to have War Games matches to have War Games matches. Neither one of them really connected. There's no really holy crap. Those are crappy spot. Those are cool spot moments to me, or good spot moments to me. Just the whole pay per view fell flat. There's no really tag team, really any like standout match in that whole card. If you want to ask me, neither one of the major titles are defended since both were in the War Games match. We did build towards a feud between Braun Breaker and CM Punk, but other than that, the show just fell flat. And for me, just in general for AEW, their pay per views are too long, so therefore I'm going to give that a fail as well for the year. They just need to tone back the fact that if every single one of their matches has to be 50 to 55 minutes on a pay per view, at least it seems that way. And just like a pay per view will start for them at a certain time and end like 7 hours later. But other than that, just it didn't. It was there's that. For me, I'm gonna go with character of the year first. I'm gonna go with women. Crash Out Becky. Nothing even comes close to topping Crash Out Becky for Women of the Year. Guys, I'll be right back. My dog has to go out, and we'll talk more when I get back in a minute. Hey, go back, Ryan. Go back and play. You go confirm? Yeah. Like I said, sorry guys, I stepped away for a minute till the dog out. Um, like I said, for me, female character of the year, Becky Lynch. Just crush up Becky. Everything about Becky. The fact now she's in a lawsuit to try and get her title back from Maxine Dupree, which is going to lead to a match with her and Jessica Carr later on. Um, it's an interesting. Becky just did this crash up thing so well. Um, for me, male character of the year. Um, there's been a lot of really good ones. I'm gonna have to go with. This is tough. Hmm. 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 Who would I pick? I'm gonna go with Oba. Just everything about Oba is so believable. The guy's such a good in-ring worker. For only being in the business for 3 years. Promos are hilarious and awesome. Well, that one thing where he looks at Ricky Stark, goes, he's saying sorry. Daddy's home. He wants everything back. Just everything about Oba's believable. This dude is going to be a main eventer for years to come. And for May WrestleMania and other pay-per-views in the PLE, he had a match just recently with Cody on John Cena's retirement tour match on Saturday Night Main Event. He saw my reaction. I think Oba should have won. Cody gained absolutely nothing for having a no contest with that. And would have gained nothing from winning. It would have made Oba an absolute superstar. WWE was too afraid to pull the trigger. I just like everything there is to like about Oba. So for me, he's Mario Character of the Year. Um, if I'm going Booker of the Year, this one's weird, hard, tough. It's definitely not Tony Khan. It's sure as fuck is not Triple H. Is it gonna be Tommy Dreamer in TNA? Or is it gonna be Shawn Michaels in NXT? Both of them have very good products. Tony Khan can't make Booker of the Year because a lot of his stuff is too inconsistent. I might have to go Shawn Michaels. Like almost every NXT pay per view and show been banger after banger after banger, with the exception of what happened with Thea Hale and Blake Monroe, whatever you want to call her, Blake Monroe, Mariah May, whatever you want to call her. I can think of her name. Shotty agrees with me here. NXT just never seems to not disappoint. Every single one of their matches is good. The pay per views are always awesome. They don't seem to have many hits or misses on their story. Sorry, many misses on their stories or their matches in general. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go Shawn Michaels for Booker of the Year. Um, if I'm gonna go, okay, match of the year for me. This is PLE match of the year, not TV match of the year. Because I'm gonna do both. If I'm going match of the year, and this is not even recency bias, because it happened more recently, not more recently, a few months ago. Um, this is gonna be from um over in Australia. WWE had a show. Maybe the very last time they ever wrestled each other. This is a match I still think about and I've rewatched over and over again on Netflix. I have it, and I have WD Network on Netflix. I'm gonna have to go with John Cena and AJ Styles, just the homage they paid to everyone, the cool moves they did. John Cena did a freaking what's it called? Sister Abigail onto AJ Styles. Um, AJ Styles did a few very cool moves on John Cena, such as the Angel's Wings and other such moves like that. Some of the few he's had. John Cena a freaking RKO with the pounding of the ring onto AJ Styles. AJ Styles hit a few other finishing moves that he's done in the past. Hey, no crying. I know we thought he'd sad, right? It's gonna be one of the last. It was the last time those two would ever wrestle each other. AJ Styles even hit a freaking AA on John Cena. Hey, you're okay. John Cena hit the Styles Clash on AJ Styles in that match. There's a lot, not even just the storytelling, the psychology behind it. Everything about it made it awesome. Um, PLE match of the year for me. If you're gonna go AEW match, whatever you want to call it, pay per view for me personally, I really like the Mark Briscoe Jay Briscoe. Yeah, Mark. Jay's dead. I keep forgetting. Tony, no crying. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go Jay Briscoe and um, Kyle Fletcher. All their matches were awesome on PE together. Toddy, no crying, please. Um, so those are my two picks. You guys let me know what you think there. I'm a little bit controversial in some of them, I think. Um, hey, you're okay. Um, female PLE match of the year. I am gonna have to go with. Thank you. Hmm. I'm probably going to go with the very first match on pay per view between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria that instituted their intercontinental title women's feud. Absolutely brilliant, great storytelling. Led to Becky Lynch turning heel. Led to Lyra chasing Becky for a little bit. Maybe even their I Quit match. I'd have to say with Becky and Lyra for the they had a throwback homage to Randy Orton and John Cena in that match where Becky had Lyra handcuffed and spread above the ring post, and Becky hit Lyra with a kendo stick several times in the stomach, which is kind of like what John Cena and Randy Orton did in their match. Um, yeah, there was a little botch where Lyra got out of the cuff, and then weren't supposed to show up, but they did. But other than that, I said it was very good. Fast to say PLE match for AEW this year for the women. Um, there's a few I can think of, but I'm gonna have to go with Tony's with the latest one, which was Chris Statlander's Asher Banks, Mercedes Money, whatever you want to call it for Statlander's women's title. Oh man, Athena's so good, absolutely brilliant. Everything about it, and Statlander's so good too. Um, this very very good. Um, okay. Oof. This is getting tough now. If I'm to pick, okay, let's go with hey, look at that. Athena and Mercedes Money just pinned the tag team champs. Sorry, guys. I'm watching this as I watch along with you guys. Um, Rising Star, I think is going to be Rising Star in the divisions. We're going to go women first. I'm going to go for AEW. Ball. This one might shock people. I think the fact that she's now started to wrestle and the fact she's been around such ball talented people in the Death Riders. I'm going to say Marina Shafir is going to be an absolute rising star and somebody to watch in 2026. She's going to be something to watch. That's all I'm going to say. She's had some good runs on an independent shows. I mean, she was a champion in Defy, and I think she currently still is a champion over in Defy. I think Sky Blue and Julia Hart are going to be something to watch in 2026. I mean, Julia Hart's a former TBS champion, but they're win lose a tag team. I think they should have been the very first ever AEW tag team champions. Um, I think Danny Luna is going to be somebody to watch in 2026 if you're looking women's division in TNA. She's had a great run as a heel. She's kind of made people like Indy Hartwell and Jody Threat and the likes of those people and Desiree Brookside likable and watchable as baby faces over at AEW and Wei Li Zhang or whatever her name is, the champion they have over there. Um, so I think Danny Luna is gonna be another person to watch in 2026. I think Ivy now is gonna be somebody to watch in WWE in 2026. I think that girl, if they actually give her something to do, don't just start every 5 fucking minutes like they happen with certain people. I think she could be somebody you're gonna watch in AEW in 2026. Let me sorry, WWE in 2026. I want to see Marta Julia in 2026. I think she's going to be an absolute wrecking ball and beast once I actually get her going in 2026. Also, sorry, I forgot to mention my favorite personal character. This is not even an award. My favorite character in all of that wrestling in 2026 has been Chelsea Green. Just an honorable shout out to her. She's been absolutely brilliant. Um, I forgot to mention this. Uh, we'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, it's gonna be different. Somebody might be surprised with this. Um, like I said, yeah, Ivy Nile, Julia. I think even Keanu James, if they give her a chance, can do something in WWE. If they want to bring him up, Tatum Pax would be somebody to watch in 2026. I think she's just going to be going as well as Thea Hale. Thea Hale, like I said, just recently won on a weird botch. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Um, Somebody to watch 2026 for males, and this is probably not going to be a shock to anyone because the dude is absolutely brilliant. Maybe he had the best year of anybody in wrestling in 2025. Ethan Page. I've been a huge fan of that dude since his TNA days. Then he went to AEW. They completely dropped the ball there. And he's now on fire in WWE. I think he's the longest reigning champion of any kind they have there. He's the North American and mixed tag team champions with Chelsea. He's just absolutely somebody you're not going to be able to miss in 2026. He should be on the main roster now. Um, I think Pac is going to be somebody you can't miss in 2026. He's going to be the leader of the Death Riders. I think they're about ready to kick John Moxley out. Him and Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro. Cesaro is a man I've been a fan of for a very, very long time. Um, Leon Slater, once again, named him a breakout star in 2025. He's going to be somebody you cannot miss in 2026. So it's Javon Evans. Going back to that, there's just so many people. This wrestling, I think, is going to be in a good spot again. Once the new guys, younger guys take over. Some of these guys I've been alive longer, less time than I have been actually watching professional wrestling, and I'm more excited now for wrestling than I have been in the last 10 years or so. Oh, look at this. We got Pro Star and Cal Fletcher and Pac right now. This is going to be a match as I'm making my match for 2025. Um, TV match for 2025, if I'm going with men, there's three I can think of off the top of my head I want to go with. AEW, this is not even a shadow of a doubt of anything. Um, Kyle Fletcher and Mike Bailey. What an absolutely incredible match. Just go back and watch it if you can find it anywhere. If you have Netflix, there's two North American title matches you got to go back and watch. Johnny Gargano versus Ilya Dragunov. Sorry, three. Johnny Gargano versus Ilya Dragunov. Tommaso Ciampa versus Ilya Dragunov, and Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. All three absolutely incredible. I'm going to leave it there at that. Sorry, five. All including four of them include Ilya Dragunov. For Axiom, both of them. Hey, bring him up. Nathan Fraser and Axiom versus Ilya Dragunov. Both absolutely brilliant matches. I didn't watch a lot of AEW as much AEWs consistently this year, so I can't give you more than that match. But that match might have been the TV match of the year. But all those Ilya Dragunov matches were absolutely incredible. Um, Women's match of the year for me. This is easy, no brainer. Eesh. It's going to be the blood and guts match where it made Sky Blue a bit of a bigger star than she already was. She even has that one iconic moment. This is a TV match of the year. Sorry, guys. Women's TV match of the year for me. Um, she even has a moment where she's covered in blood, circles around to the ring, right in front of the camera. This screams, "This is my match." There's blood pouring down her face, going into her mouth. Made two shirts out of it. Sky Blue. That is one of the yeah. That's the match that made Sky Blue likable and more feeling badass. And that's the women's TV match of the year for me. Um, Women's TV match of the year for me for WWE. This one might be a little bit shocking. Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Vacquier. They had a very good first match together. Made Stephanie gave so much to Raquel to make her look like a badass and a believable heel. This has been a very good year for Stephanie Vacquier. I mean, for Raquel Rodriguez. That's another name you can watch out for in 2026. I think she's about to turn babyface and leave the Judgment Day. Um, and last but not least, return of the year for me. The return of the year is Liv Morgan. She comes back with 2 months left in the year, and that's a character I think WWE and Judgment Day in general has been missing. I love every single thing about Liv Morgan. We're going to see what happens with 2026 with her. I think you're about to see a tag team of Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez, which I did not see happening in 2026. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed my review and my picks for rewards. And if you agree or disagree with me, let me down below and we'll talk. All right, bye.